Hello, hello, hello. It's a brand new day, and this is our Morning Connection. How are you doing this morning? I am Skip LaCour. I am so glad you are here today joining me for our Morning Connection, our daily check-in. Just you and me, just two men going through the journey of life, together. During our Morning Connection, I just give you some things to think about, some common challenges, some inspiration, some hope. I help remind you of who you really are and what you are all about as we start our day. Building a tribe over on Facebook, on YouTube, and now on Instagram. I'm doing this live on my Instagram at Skip LaCour too. I'm so glad you are here joining me for this journey as I want to expand our tribe, our group of men, a little bit older, going to this through this phase of life. What I do in this morning connection, if you're new to this daily broadcast, it's 3 a.m. Pacific time. I show up for you every single day, weekends. All right, I really do this for myself too. It gets my mind right, and I like to bring along the men who have the common goals, beliefs, values. Interests, right? A lot of us, we're really into fitness, but we want more in life. We want to become that total package, all right? And so I have this background. I've been passionate about helping men just like you, just like me, get more out of life, beyond the fitness, because, you know, you may have realized, I mean, you get that fit body, it's a great start, it's a great foundation to what you're doing. And then we want more. We want to expand upon it. We got to uncover the life strategy. We got to crack the code, figure out the patterns to more than our physical body if we're going to have all the things in life that we want. And especially at this age, if you're a little bit older, like I am. I'm going to be 57 years old here in a couple months. All right, if we're not going to do it now, when are we going to do it? It's time to step past that potential and actually make things happen. I coach men all around the world. We talk a lot more than just fitness, although that's what we usually lead in with. And we just expand on different areas of life. So when I come to you in the morning, it's some of the common challenges that we as men go through. And I just bring it up as something that maybe I've gone through, that I'm going through right now. It's something that some of the men that I talk to, and it gives me the inspiration, the topic to bring it up and bring it up in a discussion that we just get you to think about a few minutes every single day. Some of the common challenges, the patterns that you're trying to unlock as you make the most out of your journey. All right, and that's what this morning connection is all about. During this connection, I want to talk about how to not care what people think about you, right? How to not care about what people think. That's what I want to talk about in this morning connection. And again, I'm just kind of bringing up a topic. I don't expect in 10 or 15 minutes every single day we're going to have all the solutions to all the challenges, right? But I thought we could just start the discussion as you start your day. Maybe it's something that you're going through, something you've gone through, and you get my perspective. Again, the collective perspective that I have gained throughout the years in talking to so many people, and then we can maybe talk about it again, you know, a few weeks from now, right, at the same topics, because in life we kind of continually go through a lot of the same challenges, and maybe that's going to be the case here. We'll see. And so little by little, we'll come in and revisit it every couple months. It's interesting. I started this at the beginning of the year, coming to you every single day. Get you to think about, you know, motivation, inspiration, insight, just going through the journey of life, two guys, you know. And I thought, well, talking about what can I talk about, right? And so then current events, politics, what can I do to just stimulate thought every single day? I'm running out of topics. And so what I've settled on, as you see, if you are on YouTube, and thank you if you're here on YouTube or Facebook, and you go through these morning connections, you see all these titles, how to do this, how to do that, right? It's stuff that we could talk about over and over again, and just bring it out more and more, deeper and deeper, because we're going to continually go through the same challenges. In a moment, I'm going to, I want you to say hello, whether you're on Instagram or on Facebook. I love the part where we say good morning to each other, and I get to do a shout. I'm going to do that in a moment. So in today's morning connection, I'm going to talk about how to not care what people think about you. All right, we'll start that discussion here today. All right, let's see who is watching us. See, my wife is saying hello. over on Instagram. You know, it's interesting here. I'm pushing the technology here, right, guys? And so I've got two cameras going. I have the vertical, horizontal view for you on Facebook, and then Instagram does it differently. They do it vertically. And the first thing I have to worry about is, oh my God, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I got to wear pants because this is showing a little bit lower, right? Good thing I noticed that, right? I don't always wear pants when I'm at 3 o'clock in the morning rolling out of bed. And I'm just kidding there, right? You know, but now I'm looking at this, and there's all this technical stuff going on that I'm seeing that you don't see, right? So so bear with me as I kind of expand our audience and I take full advantage of this technology. All right. So Tommy over on Instagram, hello. Miken, let's see, who else do we have here? So say hello when you come on Instagram. And now the Facebook crowd, you guys have been with me for a while. Hello, D882214. How are you doing? Right, let's see. Talk about how to not care what people think about you. That's. I'm just curious. Is that topic? Is that interesting to you? Are you going through that at all? All right. Omar, good morning. Brian, good morning to you over on Facebook. Mark, good morning. Skip, hope your day is busy and productive. My day is very busy. You know, Mark. Yeah. So right now, again, we're a little after 3, and I was up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I was talking to a gentleman. What I love about this is the internet. There's so many people we can connect with, share our passion, our interests, this journey of life. And I just decided to go on Instagram for the first morning connection. And one of the gentlemen from there know me from bodybuilding. That's usually our common interest. I just talked to him at 2 o'clock in the morning. We've been talking up until the time of this show. And that's what I love about it, talking about life, how to get more out of life. So I've been going since 2 o'clock, and going to go to the gym after. I'm going to do a Workouts for Older Men Live. Not sure what I'm going to talk about, but I'm going to do some training on camera. I think I'm going to go on Instagram for today's Workouts for Older Men Live. If you want to catch me on there, I was on Facebook, did a Workouts for Older Men Live. And then so many men have been coming to me for my 12-week fitness transformation. And ever since this weekend, it's like every minute I'm scheduling guys to talk to see if this fitness transformation journey. You love this stuff? You love fitness? You love this personal development? You're going to love the 12-week fitness transformation. Let me just tell you about that right now. Since Mark brought it up about my busy day, 12-week fitness transformations for older men with busy, productive lives who want to make sense out of fitness. Become the total package, right? Maybe you took care of your family and your business, and maybe you haven't put enough attention to your physical body, but you're a little bit older, right? And you're thinking, what kind of journey these young fitness experts out there, all the information is confusing, frustration. How do I align it with my goals and my values? Well, that's the life I'm living now after that extreme life as a 6-time national champion drug-free bodybuilder. And I really specialize in helping older men with busy, productive lives make sense, use the strategies that they need, training, nutrition, and incorporate it in their busy, productive life. All right, to become that total package. It's a 12-week journey. It starts off with 3 one-on-one coaching sessions with me. All right, we do it over 3 weeks, and then we go into group coaching where I have a whole list of topics that are unique to us as older men to make fitness more priority, effectively and efficient. The proper allocation of our willpower, focus, energy, and time. That's at skiplacore.com/transformation. skiplacore.com/transformation. I took the time to really create a 10, 12-minute video, if you're going to go on this journey with me, that explains it, everything about it, how you're going to benefit. What I promise you, when we're done, when you immerse yourself in this process and we connect, you and me, we connect. It's really intense. It's not some cookie cutter training program or diet that I'm trying to sell you or something like that, that I tell you it isn't cookie cutter diet, but how can it not be if we don't have this continual connection come to your level of understanding? Really intense, but when you come out of this, It won't be a matter of what to do when it comes to training. You'll have that absolute certainty. I'll give you all my years of not just doing it, but teaching and guiding men like you. All right, you'll have it for the rest of your life, and then it'll just be a matter of you doing it. Not so much uncertainty, not the ineffective use of willpower, focus, and energy and shine. That control, that's a great place to be. We talk about this during this morning connection, is about control. When you believe you've got a system and strategy that is going to, whatever point you are in life, whether it's good or bad or something in between, but to get to that next level, you feel a sense of control that you have a plan that's going to work for you, take you to that next level. I mean, control is what we want, sometimes more than the emotion of the thrill of the experiences or the angst of not being in that position. A sense of control, that's what you'll have, and the strategies for the rest of your life. So if you're older, this is time to get it together. You can wait, you can go on all those YouTube videos from the younger passion fitness experts and keep your head spinning, or you can come to me, do this 12-week fitness transformation, have it for the rest of your life. All right, so reach out to me today. I'll work you in, as you can tell. I'll do whatever it takes, even if that means talking to you at 2 o'clock in the morning, my time, right? And talk to men all over the world. So go to skiplacour.com/transformation. Fill out the questionnaire. Watch the video. Fill out the question. I'll reach out to you. We'll see if it's a good fit, right? Maybe you're not quite sure it is, right? I'll talk to you. It'd be nice just to connect with you. You're the type of man who loves fitness and you love personal development. You're watching me on Morning Connection. I'll take that. I love talking to you. If I love doing this, I would certainly love talking to you, whether you decide to go on the 12-week fitness transformation or not. I want to connect with you. I want to reach out. So go to skiplacour.com/transformation. Fill out that questionnaire. All right, and we'll talk for 10 or 15 minutes, and we'll see what the next steps are. All right. Thank you so much. I see my wife, Carrie, who's up at 3 a.m. too. I really appreciate it. She does an amazing job with our kids. Works harder than me, and I really appreciate what she does. And I bring her up if you're new to watching this and how that all works. It's a big piece to our puzzles. But she put that website address, skiplacour.com/transformation. Go ahead and fill out that questionnaire, and I'll talk to you a little bit. We even work it in today. Do that now. Take action now. Hello, Wes. Hello, Omar. Good to have you here. Let's see, Fernando over on Instagram. Steve is watching me. Steve watches me on Instagram and on Facebook. Hello, Steve. D88214. Ben Howard. Ben, saw it, man. You are shredded. Been watching you on Instagram. Good to have you here. Mike, Tommy. All right. All right, let's see. Fernando, I said hello. Way P. Demand. Good to have you here. All right, continue to say hello. I'll check back in again in a moment to see who's joined us. Brian. All right, good to have you guys here. All right, so let's get to the topic, right? I want to be effective with your time. Our little check-in for 10, 15 minutes or so every single day. So how to not care about what people think about you is what I want to talk about, right? Easy to hear this. I spend a lot of time on the internet. You're here with me, maybe you do too. And you hear a lot of the thought leaders, people who are bold enough and confident enough to share their message, whether it's fitness or what's going on in life. And they talk a lot about the haters, all right? People hating when they talk about, I know they have a lot of ways of phrasing and making sense out of it. That's what I want to help you if you're going through that too. And it doesn't even have to be online. It's just that it plays out online, right? When we have a message, we're bold enough, and it's not received well, and people criticize us, right? Sometimes it takes a lot of guts. You don't have to tell you this to get up and share your thoughts. It feels great when people agree with what you're saying, and they see it the same way, and they go, wow, that's so great. I'm glad you went out there and shared your message. It's really helpful. That's usually people's hope when they go out on a limb, put themselves out there. But it's not always going to be received. And so what is that, a hater? Someone's just trying to because, and you hear how they say jealousy, people aren't happy for you because when you're happy, they wish they could be with you. I mean, trying to make sense out of the negative reaction that we get from other people. But how can we not? How can we not care about what people think? A lot of it is to connect with people, to share, right? We come from a good place in our heart. We tell them what they think. Maybe it's a little bit of therapy for us, but it's really good intentions to help other people. Give them the perspective on life that we've evolved to, that we've taken time to think about, to help other people because it's helped us, our perspective of the world. And when it's not received well, we get a negative reaction. People lash out at us, right? Maybe criticize us for something that's not necessarily on the topic. They don't get us. Even worse than that is when there's absolute apathy, where people don't get what you're saying. That could even be worse. All right, but I don't know. I personally think that you're gonna care about what people think, because it's your passion, emotion to help others, to make that impact and get the feedback if you're doing it. And sometimes you're not going to get the feedback. So how can you not care? All right. So I just totally accept that. But the thing is, what I do in that situation is, now I got to tell you something. I'm from a unique perspective that a lot of people, not only just being older, almost 57 years old, I've gone through a couple stages in my life where I was the grocery store worker way back when, and I didn't have a lot of people really giving me their opinion of what they thought of me, because nobody really cared. I didn't have that much of an impact. But then I worked my way up the ladder where I was the manager, right? One of the youngest managers of this grocery store chain. And then you really got to your opinions, what you did, how you carry yourself. There's a lot of people underneath you who are really judging what you're thinking, right? But you got to remember something. They didn't care before because I had no impact. I had no influence. They could care less of what I had to say or do, right? So that was one thing to think about. And then I broke out of that grocery store to chase my dreams, become a bodybuilder, write for the magazines. Bold enough to be drug-free and be proud of that I was drug-free, and I wanted to share those strategies from the goodness of my heart. That wasn't well received. Who does that guy think he is, right? And what I realize now, being 16 years removed from that, I remember, my wife, as a matter of fact, so long before she even met me, she told me a story that she was with her boyfriend at the time in a grocery store, and he was into fitness, and they were in another part of California and flipping through the magazines. And he said, "Do you think this guy's Skiffle Core is drug-free?" Now, this is long before she ever met me or anything like that, right? It was very polarizing. It was very polarizing. And I'll tell you, just to let you know, back in those times, I wasn't used to that pounding of questioning my credibility. I'm just trying to help you guys. I'm just who I am, right? But just like with anything, you'll get used to it, right? I don't care what it is, you will get used to it. So what happened? So I realized is that the same thing that made me popular, and guys thought, as one my old mentor used to say, they think you hung the moon, right? Well, there's the downside of that. People think I'm the worst thing ever to even show my face or write an article too. It was very polarizing. But one thing, now 16 years removed, that I went through a spell. I worked on the other parts of my life, business, family. I put that aside, that life aside a little, right? And guess what? I was still doing the videos, still trying to do it, and nobody cared. Nobody cared about anything I had to say. Well, now as I've evolved in business and I've reemerged as the fitness person for older men, and I specialize in that, and men all over the world, they don't even know me as a bodybuilder, right? So I'm gaining all this rebirth. And guess what? All the negative comments, they're starting to come back. But I look at it totally differently now, is that I'm the same guy for this 16-year period of time. You could care less what I have to say after them caring about what I say. You know what? If people don't, if they got an opinion about you, and it's a negative opinion, and you found yourself caring about what people think, now again, I'm just from my perspective, that's a good thing. It's when people do not even care, they have no opinion, you've put zero emotion in them, because trust me, if you're a real loser, and they might say, you're a loser, let's say, caring about what people think, right? How many times do you see people that oh, that guy's a loser, or that, she's, and you don't say anything, you don't say, loser, let me tell her what a loser she is. You don't. You just move on, you don't care. So if someone's taking the time, you're polarizing, you're not going to stick out. If your opinion is just the obvious that people No, it's not going to even, your style, your approach, what you have to say, your opinions. If it doesn't irk some people, then it's just either really obvious or it's not even worth saying. And you're not even grabbing any attention. Because if they're saying something negative about you, you must be at least drawing some emotion. And I'll tell you, in this world with the internet, right, attention is everything. It's the number one commodity. If you have a message and you can't get attention, well, you're going to be the best kept secret. You have that same message and you can get attention, whether it polarizes and people will say negative things. You have a lot more of a chance, if you're getting that reaction, to help more people, even if it attracts the people, the haters, the negative thinking. At least they care you're doing something right. And I know that may feel, that may hurt, that may not make you feel better about what people say and caring about what they think. But I'll tell you what, go through a period of time where nobody cares. That is going to be worse. And if you're ever going to make the impact and be that man you really want to be and make that impact on people, if you think you're going to do it without the negative comment, it's just not going to happen. You should welcome that, right? So that's the first thing, is when people say negative things, you're doing something right. Take it from a guy who's been a long journey in the public eye and has had it back and forth and back and forth. You'd rather have haters than have indifference. People don't care what you have to say, because that's when you are not effective. Right? So that's number one. Having haters, having people care about, saying negative things is something that you're going to have to strive for. But here's the other thing, right? Just because people say something negative and you care about what people think, I know you have the best intentions. I know you went out this journey not, to get the negative comments that hurt your feelings, right? That wasn't your intention. Let me tell you something. Just because someone doesn't like the way what you think, and of what you say, what you do, and you're caring about people, what you think, it isn't that they're haters and they're way out. They may have a point. I can't tell you. I may not keep all the negative comments that I'll get on YouTube or whatever it may be, but I learn from them because there is some point in what they're saying. And sometimes the point is what you're saying, what you've leaned into, and that message that's unique and different, that's drawing this emotion. It's some of the people, they're still on the thinking maybe that you used to be. That's the really primary way of thinking. And it's the next level, the smaller distinctions, okay, that are going to make all the difference in the world. And maybe they're just at that place. You're not building enough rapport to draw them out quite yet. And they're certain with the way they are. And they lash out because it's a different thought. I'll give you an example, all right? One thing that when you're very much starting out in training is this overemphasis on form. And you hear that. Everybody says form, strict form, strict form. I mean, how can you agree with that, right? Don't want to get hurt. It's troll proof. Just say you use good form. Even if you're on camera, just get the lighter weight, right? Just so you can use good form. Because if you don't use good form, you're going to get all the trolls, all the 22-year-old guys. That's what they've been told. That's what the masses say. All right, to use good form. Now, it's my belief, right, that form, as people think, is not as important. People they'll get injured if you're too rigid, and you're not thinking. You're gonna hurt yourself that way. Form sometimes is like a shock absorber if you know what you're doing, right? But I'll tell you what, you're not gonna get those next level strategies unless you're in a committed position to actually talk to me. You know why? Because why would I do a video where I'm giving you a next level distinction that takes somebody out of their normal way of thinking, and it's what's going to take to get to the next level? Why would I do that when I know the majority aren't going to agree with it? And they're going to dislike comments, and then someone, just say an older man who's coming to me, he's new into this area. Right? He's new into the area, right? And he may connect with me. His instinct may say, hey, this guy's my age. He's passionate. How can I have that much energy, when I'm 57? And a lot of times that's what they're most attracted to, in addition to the strategies, right? But guess what? The videos, it has just as many likes as dislikes. It has all these negative comments. Okay? Unless he really goes on an instinct that I'm the man who can help him, he's just going to move on to the next person because of the likes, dislike. It puts him in a position where he's uncertain. There's not the social proof. So that's why you don't get the strategies that are really going to help you, because why would I do that? It's just going to need it. And I'm not going to force my next level strategies on you if you're not ready for them, if they go against the grain, right? You're just going to miss out on them. That's why you just get the stuff that keeps you in the pack. With all the, and I'm sure that's in business strategies or whatever. Just the common thinking that most people think that'll get you pretty good. That's all that's out. Because if you go and give you the stuff that really matters, that counterintuitive stuff, it's just going to be met with disreaction, caring about what people think. My point is this. Is sometimes caring about people giving you those negative comments, it could be good feedback. It could be that you're doing everything right. So you need to think about, when you care about what people think, it might be the best thing for you. It may be showing that you're doing everything right. And sometimes it is good feedback. You know, I do my workouts for older men live. All right? You know, and I like to just connect in the gym. For us, in the gym, it's more of just a connection thing like this. Right? And over on YouTube, it's a search engine, right? They just want the answers. And so they see a topic, hey, this guy, hey, let me see what he has to say. And it's this, you know, connecting back and forth. And they don't understand that because other channels don't do that. And I got good feedback. I don't do those on YouTube for those reasons. That was good feedback. This guy's talking too much. Even like this, the personal development. The people who know the bigger picture, they understand the bigger picture in this personal development stuff. They love it. But their entry to me, hey, I just want to know how to train and eat. That's why I do this personal development, like on a separate channel, on a separate, that you evolve to it if that's what you're into. It was good feedback because they don't want to hear this. They just come to me. Look, you're a 30 years experience, 6-time national champion, drug-free bodybuilder. You look this way at 56. Just give me the training strategies. See, that is a negative hater comment, right? It's not, or is it? Or was it good information to help me become better? Because my goal is to provide value to you. My goal is to provide so much value to you that thousands and thousands of men just like you come to me, so I can do the most of the things that are important and provide for my family time, energy, opportunities, resources. That's the exchange of value, right? If that's my goal, serving you, if that's my goal, providing the best life for my family, then you know what? Maybe why should I care? It's feedback that's only going to help me if I see that way. So I give you some examples of what I go through. Been doing this for 30 years since the internet, getting a lot of comments from people of what they think of me. Right? I'm not saying that it's so good when you get negative comments. I'm not saying I'm bulletproof. I don't have emotions, but maybe that's some perspective that can help you when you want to know how not to worry about what people think about you, how not to worry about what people think about you. All right, I got on a little roll there. I'm going a little bit longer. I hope you got value out of this conversation. Let's see. Good morning, Steve. D88, bulk up at 65. Never bulk up. Don't bulk up at 25. Old school thinking. You can only take on so many nutrients, so much muscle. It's just excess fat. If you're going, I'd say consistent with give your body the nutrients that you need. Stay within that realm. I wouldn't bulk up at any age. D88. Phil Bracco, good to have you here. Let's see. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to do this every single morning at this time on Instagram, so I'm glad you're here. All right, going a little bit longer than I normally go. We want to do a little history on what has me motivated, what I come to you, what we're doing here with this morning connection, and so it went a little bit long, but I'm going to be respectful of your time, of my time. Got to get out to the gym now myself. These will be about 10 or 15 minutes in the future. All right. So hello, Masashi. Hello, Jason. Hello, Wes. Greetings from Australia. Great to have you here. All right, guys. So that's going to do it for this morning connection. Hey, again, go to skiplacour.com/transformation. Reach out to me today. The spots are filling up. I want you to reach out to me today for that 12-week fitness transformation. It'd be good just to connect with you. All right, so remember, when you're a little bit older, we've got more time behind us than we do in front of us. Got to take on today. Got to game face on. Live with that sense of urgency. Your fitness. Eat. Train. Okay? Take care of your body, your health. with that sense of urgency. We got to produce at the job, with our business, make it happen. Live with that sense of urgency. Go ahead and love and connect with that sense of urgency too. Remember, everything in life, it's just a pattern. Some patterns are more complex than others, but you'll figure it out. I'm a little bit slower sometimes, but I'm just persistent that I just have this belief that I can eventually figure out the pattern. Maybe some people can do it faster than me, but if I just stick it out, everything in life runs in patterns. Some are more complex than others. You figuring out your biggest challenge in life, you can do that, right? Even if it's to not worry about how people think about you. Everything in life is just a pattern. You can do it too. Reach out if you need some help figuring out these patterns. Fitness, maybe some other things in life, like a gentleman did this morning. All right, so expect the best from yourself. Expect the best from your efforts. Expect the best from other people. They're going to get you and the value that you provide. It may take some time, but they'll get you. Expect the best from yourself. Expect the best from your efforts. Expect the best from other people. How can they not get you? You are a force to be reckoned with. Have a great day.